Hey there! If you're looking for something with no structure, has no set parameters, and we're open to talk about anything and everything, well, you found the right space, place, audio, podcast. We're just about having fun and staying grounded while sometimes getting loud. And with that, welcome to Loud, Lucid, and Laughs.
Action. And here we are. All right, so welcome to episode.
Are we on?
Yeah, we're on. We're on episode
We're
22 now. We're live.
Yep.
We're so
Been a minute. It's been a minute.
yeah, it has. I something's a little off. I don't know if your camera's fuzzy or if I'm not seeing the picture right. Are you in like a 1980s sweatsuit?
No, I'm not.
No, you're not. Wait, that's not. Is that?
It is.
Are you garbage?
I'm garbage, Doug.
Are you garbage?
I'm a Nazi garbage deplorable.
Is that all of it? Was there anything else?
I don't know. It depends on who you're talking to. I don't know. But yeah, I'm in a garbage bag.
You're also a lying, cheating rapist.
I'm in a garbage bag. It's what I wore for Halloween this year. So I didn't.
How did that go?
I didn't. I didn't actually trick or treat. So. Doug, our Broncos. I see a Broncos shirt. I have a Broncos shirt on too. They got kicked today pretty badly.
Well, I decided I was gonna.
Oh, Nick still looks good.
I was gonna wear the shirt no matter what. I don't understand what Sean Payton was doing with every fourth down. I understand 3 points is only 3 points.
Well, yeah, I know. What made me buy? So, Doug, here's the deal. On my fantasy team today, I had Will Lutz as a kicker for us. Our kicker.
Yeah.
And so every time he went for it on fourth down, that was killing me because I didn't get 3 points out of it. And I was playing a girl that I'm number one in my league right now, but the girl that I'm playing, Jane Saxon the City, she's beat me like the last 3 years. She usually beats me. If I lose 2 games, I'm losing 2 games to her. My first year, I was like 10-4 in the league. I lost 2 games to her. And this week, I'm beating her pretty handily. But that being said, I had Derrick Henry, who I wanted to do good, but I still wanted the Broncos to win, obviously. But she had the Broncos defense. And so they've been playing really, really good. But they were non-existent today. So because of that, things went well for me, except for Sean Payton not letting Will Lutz kick the ball.
I got it.
I mean, we're on it. It's 4th and 20. I mean, even at the end of the game, you're not going to score 37 points or whatever. So let the guy put 3 more points on the board. Bring your kicker in just for that situation, just to see if he can, whatever. Yeah.
I truly was laughing after the third one. After the third one, I was like, you know what? Let's just do it every fourth down. Let's just do it and then he did. He did it every.
I wasn't laughing because I have Will Lutz as a kicker. I was mad, man.
Oh, that was an interesting.
You like the trash bag? I can do a podcast and lose 10 pounds at the same time.
Yeah, right. You get a little bit of sweat going on there. Hopefully, you cut it open down the sides and you just have it like a poncho.
That's what I'm wearing it as a poncho. I'm actually not. Okay. Actually, I'm not even wearing anything underneath it.
Oh well, I was hoping you didn't have your feet shoved all the way down in it, and it was like
you can see my Broncos hoodie, orange blue right there.
Yeah.
I'm getting warm already though.
So
anyway,
reality kicks in. We have a big day coming up. In a few days, couple days.
Doug, something about that. Here, let me cut you off for a minute. I'm sorry. I'm in church this week, bro. Huh?
No, you're not cutting me off. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm in church this morning because what you're about ready to say, I'm gonna say it. I'm in church this morning, and the worship girl. There's 4 or 5 people. It's always great there. The music's always great at my church and Woodmore Valley, and so
plug.
I get in. I'm waiting for Steph, she's out talking to another lady, one of the church organizers, and she's having a cup of tea, and I'm waiting to show her because we normally sit in the middle, halfway back on the right side, but I went to the total right side, so she wasn't going to see me. So Steph missed this, but that's besides the point. But I'm in church this morning, and the worship lady is like the girl that is doing the lead female version. Mitch, who's really awesome, he leads it all, but she was talking, and she's like, when it looks like all hope is lost, and you're in despair, and there's these times of trouble, and hearts are unsettled, and times are unsettled, and we're at a challenging moment right now, and coming up in this week, and things going on in the world, and they don't look good, and blah blah blah, or what I like to call Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? So I leaned into the lady. I just met this lady and her husband right next to me, and she's going up. The worship lady's going on about the singer. She's talking about all this, and it looks like things aren't going well for you, and blah blah blah, and times are unsettled, and we don't know what's going to happen. And I leaned into the lady next to me because Steph wasn't in her chair yet, and I said, "Or what I like to call Tuesday." She didn't get it. She didn't laugh.
Oh.
Yeah. Or what I like to call Tuesday. Yeah, coming this Tuesday.
That was wasted on her then.
Yeah, you know what? And it's really not Tuesday anyway, because you know what? They've already started in. We've talked about it on a podcast before, one of our early ones, where up until Hanging Chad, every election was done that night, and we knew the outcome. Well, this one's not going to be done that night. They're already saying he could go Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Well, he could go to the next Tuesday. It could still be a Tuesday joke.
I want to make a point on that too. With a little research, you like that word? And if you go look, and I'm not gonna do it.
Love it when you say research.
But you can check and see that Hillary complained when she lost. Al Gore complained when he lost. Who else was there? I had a list of it, and I can't find it now. But there's at least 5 Democrats that lost different times. All of them complaining the same thing Trump did in 2020. And
yeah, always happen, especially if it's not a landslide and there's confusion.
So
nobody.
For
Walter,
the Democrats,
hey, I tell you, who the Democrat that didn't complain was Walter Mondale, because he got his ass kicked by Ronald Reagan by like 380 to 2 or something. What did he win? Wisconsin? I don't even know.
Yeah.
But go back and look at that one, Doug, while I'm talking. Go back and look up what the electoral vote between Ronald Reagan and Walter Mondale. There was no complaining after that one because it was a landslide. But Doug, I do have to say this. We're talking about church this morning. Now, before we go into anything else we're going to talk about tonight, because I've got a lot of notes down here that I've written in the last couple hours today after the Broncos lost. I was a little despaired, and hope was lost, and times were unsettled after the Broncos scored. But now I wanted to add.
What a rough day.
Before we go into the confusion of what we're about to talk about, I do want to say now one thing, and this is like, for me and you, one thing we do have to remember, Doug, is that our guy's already in the office. And so no matter what evil would take place in this world or is ever bestowed upon us, I mean, a darn zombie apocalypse could happen, Doug. And we got to remember, Jesus is our guy, and he's already defeated evil. And so he did that on the cross. And so we don't really have to worry about anything, even though we're still worried a little bit,
No, and I watch. There's a pastor that I watch, and he went through his whole sermon today. And at the very end, he said, "Now I know there's an important date coming up, November 5th. It's my daughter's birthday."
Our kind of did the same thing.
He's like, everybody gets excited on our daughter's birthday on November 5th.
Right.
We appreciate it. We appreciate you all coming out for that. And he said, there's something else going on, but he said, I'm going to tell you, that none of it matters.
That's what I said. If you believe Jesus died on the cross, and I know you do, and in reality,
Yep.
I do, and if you believe that, my brother and friend, then nothing else really matters. Nothing. So I want you to know, though, because of that, I don't want you to be unburdened by what can be, or unburdened by what has been, or unburdened by anything. I just don't want you to be unburdened.
Do you need a teleprompter?
Just don't be unburdened by what has been or what can be. We already
Unburdened
know
by
what
what
happened.
cannot be unburdened, that wasn't burdened, that did get burdened when it didn't
Right.
mean to be
Doug,
burdened.
let's go right into this. What really is Kamala running in? And she's running these ads that keep. She's been running the ads hard. I don't know if you're seeing them in Missouri, but here in Colorado, we're seeing hard ads. We're seeing hard ads that Trump will be stewing for the next 4 years, going over his enemies list if he wins. Well, I got a question for you. Why does he have to have an enemies list or an enemies whatever? What's been done to him that he'd have enemies? Yet, if she says she'll focus on the people and working for the people, she's already not done that for the last 4 years, and she thinks she'd get a promotion. She wants to get a promotion on a promise to do what she could have done the last 4 years. Come on, man. But why does she keep saying?
Come on.
She's been saying for the last 3 weeks hard. If Trump gets elected, he's going to be stewing over his enemies. Why is he? Why is he have? Yeah.
Can you excuse me for a minute? I need to go get an ice cream.
Right. Why? I keep wanting to ask this question to her. Well, why does he have enemies? Well, why would he have enemies? Because you guys have spent 8 years on going after him for nothing? And he's not been convicted of anything?
All I'm going to say,
if they had hard case,
we've talked about it in previous episodes. I like the fact that things are or were where they were. If you've been in office and you were set up as the borders are, I mean that's been proven. It's also been proven that you were the one that helped pass several different bills that came through. You were the deciding vote. It's also been shown over and over of you standing on a balcony, raising your hand with President Biden, saying that everything he does you agree with.
she said that on the View or whatever. Yeah.
It's already been proven that when people were questioning his cognizance and the decline of his thought process, that you boldly came forward and said there were no issues.
Right.
And argued with people. It's already been proven that you're running on a platform of if you elect me, I'm going to bring unity, even though for the last 4 years and for reality, the last 2 to 3 months, you have consistently pushed to do everything you can to demonize anybody that would vote for Trump. Yet now you have ads running on a TV where you're saying, I want unity. I don't care who you support. I want to be there for all of us.
Yeah.
I can't vote
CNN,
for someone who plain out lies.
CNN even exposed her of that today with the lies. And like, this is CNN. And they're like, Kamala's campaign is, in havoc right now. But they're like, they exposed her of her double speak. She said tons of millions of things in 2020, 2019 when she was running, and when she didn't get one vote. And I'll talk more about that here in a minute. But then she said all these things, and now she's the opposite of all those things. She's saying opposite stuff. But they exposed her. Even she's running different ads right now. We're talking about the ads in different places. The full voters in Michigan. In Michigan, she's actually pushing because there's a lot of Palestinians in Michigan, and they're mad at the Democrats because of what's going on with in Israel and all that in Gaza. And she's actually pushing for a Gaza ceasefire. While in Pennsylvania right now, the state she really needs for them to have a chance, she's supporting Israel. So it's two messages in one campaign and just lie after lie. And how much more proof do we need? she keeps saying when I get into office, and she's been there for 4 years, in 12 out of 16 years, the Democrats have had the office, and they keep blaming the orange guy, the orange man, and calling us garbage. Let's talk about that for a minute. The argument that garbage thing, the Trump, Trump calls people, and then they say, well, it's okay. Biden didn't really say that, but you know what they said, Doug? They said, well, Trump calls people names. You know what? You're damn right he does. But you know who he calls? He calls politicians names. He calls Nancy Pelosi, Adam Schiff, Shifty, Chuck Schumer, Kamala, Biden. He never calls the American people names, but Hillary calls us deplorables. Biden calls us garbage. Kamala's calling us Nazis and rapists. But Trump doesn't call the American people. Hey, Doug, as she always says right before she gets ready to talk, let's be clear. Let's be clear about this. Let's make this clear. Have you heard her say that?
That's funny in itself. That's funny in itself.
Let me say, let's make this clear. She doesn't have any really policies or anything. So here's the new way we're going to be talking if Kamala wins. Let's be clear. Let me be clear. I really have some good ideas. And without those ideas, you can't have good ones. And I'm just going to surround myself with people who have ideas that can be good, because we don't want bad ideas, because, they would be good, and good ones are better than bad ones. Dude, you know what I mean? I mean, that's how she talks, bro.
Here's what I'm going to say. If you go back and you look, Trump has been bringing out normal people. He's had a few high-name people, but for the most part, normal people. Everything she's done, she had Beyonce show up and do a concert, after which people left. She had somebody else show up and do a concert, and then people left. She has had every one of these high-profile celebrities that are millionaires, multimillionaires, close to being billionaires, worth millions and millions of dollars.
And nobody cares anymore. Nobody cares about...
Well, here's my point.
Nobody cares what George Clooney has to say.
She says she's for the American people. And until this week, I haven't seen but one ad that's had some guy in it that says he's a union worker and that Kamala cares for him and has made his life better. Other than that, all of these celebrities, Mark Cuban coming out, and did you see the racist things he said? And now they've fired him.
Yeah, did you see yesterday they kind of fired him? They said, hey, Mark, you can't. Mark, Joe, you need to stay in the basement for the rest of the week. Mark, don't speak again. But, dude, here's, all these.
Let me, I want to finish. I need to finish this.
Okay.
My point is, she's saying that she's going to make it better for us, lower our taxes. Yet the only people speaking for her are the people that are millionaires. The people that have tons of money. Even the billionaires are speaking for her. Nobody else is.
Yeah.
And if she was taking their money away like she says she is, why would they endorse her? There's no person on this planet Earth that would say, yes, I want to give you millions of my dollars because you want to take them from me. And
J-Lo, Cardi B, J-Lo, Cardi B, George Clooney, all these people are cute.
Cardi B.
They don't have a problem going to the grocery store to buy groceries. They're not me and you.
Yeah. Cardi B that has a song out called WAP. And I'm not even going to get into it because it's absolutely disgusting and nasty. And that's who you want backing your president?
Yeah.
Go look up the lyrics. I'm not even going to post them. I'm not going to say a word about them. You can find them if you go out there and look, and it's disgusting.
Taylor freaking Swift, who I've met, by the way. Taylor Swift, I met her right when she was getting started and all that in Nashville. Taylor Swift, bro, doesn't care if groceries go up 30%.
Yeah.
Gas prices go up 50%. Bacon. Yeah. Fuck. Oh, God, I said a bad word. Bacon. Dog. I mean, I get serious about my bacon, bro. I didn't mean to say, I almost said an F word there, throwing a bomb down on the podcast. Probably going to get,
You're going to have to put this one that has bad language in it. Huh?
Dude, but bacon, I mean, she doesn't care if bacon goes up 50%. But I tell you who does.
This guy. Let me tell you, Gina and I went to Dollar General last night. Dollar General.
They don't have bacon.
Well, yeah, they
They,
do actually. Um,
uh,
but it ain't the Dollar General anymore, Rich. It's the $50 store with
right?
two small plastic bags. We walked out $50 later
Dude,
in
that means
two
your mom
bags.
can't even go there. Mom can't even go there anymore. Then
I mean,
that's her
Dollar
favorite
Tree's
store.
$1.25 now. No,
That piece of
seriously
candy.
though, seriously. Gina and
Well, the
I,
biggest thing.
we have two of us, and we order groceries. Well, she does. She pays for the groceries. She orders them about once a week, and then we even eat the leftovers and everything. And literally, she's spending about 150 a week now on groceries.
Doug, Steph just spent $5.65 at Costco a couple days ago for two people, me and her. $5.65. You
Rich,
know,
my house payment jumped $135. Her
ridiculous.
car
You know,
insurance
here's
went up. My insurance on the house went up. Everything
and
right now is going through the roof. And every time we turn around, we get home, we open up the mailbox, we pull the mailbox, we get into the house, we open up the letter, and it says this is going up by 15 bucks. This is going up by $10. This is going up by $4. It ain't nickel and diming you to death anymore. It's dollar and $10 in you to death.
bro. My favorite coffee is a Vita K. It's a really healthy coffee. It's organic. They've got different kinds of focused one that has vitamins and all this stuff, B vitamins and other stuff in it, and it's a really good coffee. I normally bought it at Sprouts for $8.99 a box of 10 pods, for my Keurig. And I just went into Sprouts last week, the first after I got back from my vacation, $13.99. I mean, that's $5, but that's a big thing. That's a big jump, bro. And here's the thing: all these people that want to vote for Kamala because she's a woman or she's a person of color, whatever. But let me tell you something: she has not told you a single policy at any time. At any time of this campaign, she's not giving you a policy that she's gonna. And she said, like you said a minute ago, she said, I, you know, I, she answered on the View, whatever. I don't think Biden, did anything wrong in the last 4 years. I would there wouldn't be anything I'd do different. Now, here's what people would say. Here's what people would say to that. Um, you know, she hasn't told you anything. Trump, the Orange Man, is actually telling you what he can do. He's telling you that he's going to finish the wall. He's telling you that he's going to fix the border. He's going to cut taxes for the middle class. He's going to have no tax on tips. He's going to do car manufacturing. He's changing all that. He just came out today. He was talking and with the pricing and he's going to lower gas prices. He's going to lower food prices. He's going to lower bacon prices. And by the way, Doug, I don't need to know what Trump's going to do because he already did it.
I mean,
You know,
I, you know,
you
all
know what
I
I'm saying?
know, all I
Oh, he's
know,
going to build. He wants everything brought to USA. He's all about USA,
yeah.
USA. And you build the
Well,
plants here in the US. You build the plants here in the USA, and then you get rid of the tariffs. And that's America
yeah,
first, bro. America
and
first.
that's
She
we
doesn't want to
talked
put
about
America
that.
first.
We talked about that on one of our episodes, and people were trying to explain their math or whatever the heck math it is nowadays that they use that they're trying to teach the kids and they're trying to use it on us as adults, which is stupid. But they're trying to say that all these tariffs has what increased all your stuff, not anything they did. If that were true, then week one in the White House, Joe Biden, Kamala, whatever you want to call her, they would have lowered everything. They would have gotten rid of all those tariffs and everything would have dropped. But they didn't get rid of a single tariff, Rich. They didn't get rid of
No.
any of them. They left them in place. So every one of those tariffs that Trump put in place were apparently a good thing or they're making money off of it. It's one of
You're
the two.
absolutely right. Well, and what's frustrating, Doug, is like I don't know many. I just don't know. I mean, I have over 400 something clients, and there might be one or two that are Democrat. I mean, like I don't know many people that but I feel like you can't ask anybody name me one good thing that Harris has done in the last 4 years, or that she's going to do in the future, or one of her policies. And they can't. The problem is they can't tell you anything.
Hey.
And I have a big frustration with the fact that she's never told us. And she keeps saying, "Well, but I wasn't the president the last 4 years, so not my problem." But yes, she said that she wouldn't have done anything differently than what Biden did.
Right.
And
exactly.
then you got to remember this. And I've talked about it every time we've talked about her. She could not garner in 2019 in the primary 2020 election. She could not garner 1%. She could not get a vote. She didn't get a vote. She had to jump out of the primary before the primary really started, before they hit Iowa.
Right.
And even when they went to California, where people got write-in votes, she had been on the ballot still. She didn't get a single vote in her home state in California. But then the Democrats rolled her in. They rolled her into the vice presidency, even though there was much better people, people that had gotten
Look at her
a lot
choice.
more votes than her.
Look at her choice for vice president.
We talked about it on one thing where back in the day, like in whatever, when this country got founded and started, usually they would pick for vice president the person that got the second most amount of votes in the thing. Like it would be the president got the most, and whoever got the second most, they would automatically become the vice. Usually,
right?
And like not in this one, dude. And then not only did they do that, they put somebody in that couldn't get a vote and didn't get in through the primary. They had all these other great candidates that could have been, even Tulsi Gabbard, who's now basically a Republican, great person. They had her, dude. She could have been the vice president under Biden, and she was an up and coming star Democrat until she got fired by Hillary.
She had 20. She had 24 people to choose from. 24 people that she could have chose from 2020. That didn't make it. She had 24 people she could have picked.
Listen,
and she picked Tim Walz as her person.
We said this about Pete Buttigieg before. We talked about this on a podcast.
Yeah.
That guy was winning. He was winning until Super Tuesday, until Obama called everybody and said, "Hey," and the only people that didn't bail out was the Indian lady and Bernie, Elizabeth Warren and Bernie, and
Indian lady.
she's not Indian. But
the
only people that Obama was like, "Hey, everybody gets out. We're giving Biden his chance." He was supposed to get it in 2016, but we ran Hillary and she screwed that up, and so we're gonna put Biden in, and that's what happened, bro. So like even Buttigieg should have got the VP nod instead of transportation. I mean, he would have been good on either one of them, but he should have got the nod. But what I'm mad about is like this lady. So then, after not getting a vote, after just getting put into the VP candidacy, now she got a free ride into being the presidential nominee. She didn't get a vote. No, Biden got all those votes, and then they pulled the plug on Biden. They install her. Everybody backs her. It's the machine. The machine did that. Democratic machine.
Well, it's the lies. It's the lies, and there's lies on both sides. You and I have both discussed it. We like to say we're more like an independent conservative, but the reality is there's lies on both sides. And like you said, even CNN is starting to call it out now. And that's what I find hilarious. Like you just said about the whole pro-Palestinian, pro-Israel thing that she did. I mean, it just popped up on my webpage.
She's running different ads.
It just popped up on my webpage. And it literally says, CNN says Harris campaign message on Israel-Gaza depends on where you live. That's
where
CNN
you live
saying it.
Yeah.
Everybody says, well, you can't listen to Fox, you can't listen to this. Okay, well, this is CNN.
Yeah, CNN's been calling her out a little bit more on stuff. And what really kills me is, they have been calling her out. But overall, the media just gives her a free ride, bro. Like, she can do word salads. She can do – I can't find a person – I just saw a very disturbing post. A friend of mine, I'm not going to say who, but they posted who they voted for Trump in 2020 and I think maybe 2016. I don't know. But this time it looked like they're going to probably change their mind. But I would love to ask her, like, why are you going to change your mind? Like, I mean, can you give me a reason? And I bet they
They
can't.
can't.
I bet they just can't give you a reason. You
Have
know,
you seen?
and that's disturbing. That's disturbing to me. The only reason they can give Doug is because the Orange Man says bad things, but he doesn't say bad things about the American people. He says bad things about people that have been lifelong politicians.
Like right now, you have the media out there just blasting him, saying that he wants to eliminate Liz Cheney. He wants to kill Liz Cheney. He wants somebody to shoot Liz Cheney. You go back and you watch that video, what he says, like a 15, 20-second clip, and all it is he literally says, she loves war so much. I'm paraphrasing. She loves war so much. If she does, why doesn't she put a gun in her own hands, go out to the front line, and see what these kids are going through? Let's see how long she would last. That's what he said.
It's like today. It's the same thing today. Today, I think it was today. He said, because he's all over the place right now. He's going to like 4 rallies a day, 4 tomorrow, 4. But today he said something about like, somebody is trying to assassinate me today would have to shoot through the media and then shoot in between my glass. Basically they'd have to shoot the media through the media, because he's got better coverage. So they took that. The Democrats took that and ran with that today and said, Trump wants to shoot the media. Dude, it's so comical now. It makes me mad. Listen, like it's really hilarious.
Kamala says, we're not taking anybody's guns away. So stop with the continuous lying about that stuff. Guess what?
Wait, Doug.
She also ran an ad. She ran an ad that said, ban assault weapons.
Here's what I saw that she just said. Right here.
All right.
Signed by Kamala Harris. She signed it. Mandatory gun confiscation is a great idea. If Congress doesn't act within the first 100 days of my administration, I'll take executive action because what we need is action. Kamala Harris, right there. Come and get it, Kamala. Come and get it.
We'll get with our lawyers.
Hey, I'm not gonna get a knock on the door for that one, right? Come and get it. Come and get it.
Anyway, so I watched an ad of her today, and it's actually a video of, I think it was back when she was a prosecutor. She was talking about, you realize what I can do with the swipe of my pen? With the swipe of my pen, I can eliminate your life. I can take you away from your family. I can take you away from your job. I can make you lose this. And she was just going on and smiling the whole time.
She said so many things when she was running in 2019 that now she's like trying to hide that, but she still believes all those things, dude. Every one of them. Every one of them. Hey, let's talk about this for a minute.
All right.
Because we're podcasters.
Yeah.
The biggest podcast in the world, the one that we aspire to be. Joe Rogan, right? I mean, like, he's got one of the best,
Woo.
So Trump goes on Joe Rogan, and the guy he speaks to Joe Rogan for not 1 hour, Doug. Not 2 hours.
Not 2.
3 hours, bro. 3 hours on Joe Rogan. Gets 44 million views in the last 8 days or whatever it is at now. It might be more than 40. 44 is what I'm thinking, is what I read. I saw it today on YouTube as well. It might be more than 44 million now. I don't know. But you got to think about this. And then Kamala wouldn't do Rogan. Why? Because she might only get 2 million views, and then you're showing 44 million. And then it's going to be hard for her to say she got 85 million votes, and Trump only got 65 million when he got 44 million views on Rogan, and she only got 2. Well, forget about that for a moment. But she wouldn't do 20 minutes with Brett Baer on Fox. And Brett Baer's soft, bro. He's not going to throw you a fastball. He's throwing softballs in there. He's not going to be hard.
Dude, he even brought J.D. Vance on. Did one with J.D. Vance. But, here's another one. Kamala says she listened to Tupac while smoking weed in college and laughed about it. And there's actual video of it. I'm looking at it right now. It was called The Breakfast Club that she was on. It was a podcast. And she's sitting around with these guys in their studio, and she's laughing about it. Here's the problem. Tupac wasn't making music when she was in college. He was 10 years old.
It's everything she says, bro.
She brings J-Lo. She brings J-Lo up on the stage. Who did J-Lo used to hang out with forever?
P. Diddy.
Who?
P. Diddy. Puff Daddy.
Where's that guy? Where's that guy at right now?
Prison.
What for?
A lot of bad things, Doug.
Yeah, I know. I don't get it. You know
Not
what I
either.
find funny though, Rich? I want to know how many millions of Americans, not Americans, I'm sorry. I got to retract that. How many millions of liberals right now are driving a Tesla? I just want to know that. I
How many
want to
millions
know.
of Americans are
No, how
driving
many
Tesla?
millions of liberals are
Got some.
driving a Tesla right now?
All the ones named Karen. I don't know.
Because they got to be
What?
upset. They got to be mad.
Yeah,
You're driving a dark MAGA car.
you are. Dark Brandon. No,
uh,
dude, it's hilarious. You know, I guess you probably heard that um, Kamala was on SNL last night. It was Saturday Night Live last night. We're doing this on Sunday. I don't know when you'll post it, but hopefully before the election. But
yeah.
she was on Saturday Night Live last night, and they stole the whole setup from when Trump was on with Jimmy Fallon in 2015. And so, you know, they Trump was talking through Jimmy Fallon was all dressed up as Trump, the business suit, the hair, and everything. And so he goes in this mirror with the lights on, like a dressing room, and he's talking, and Trump is actually on the other side. So you know what they do on SNL? They have a lady dressed up as Kamala. They have the dressing room with the lights in the mirror, and Kamala's on the other side. They do the same thing, the same skit that Jimmy O'Fallon did in Jimmy Fallon did in I said O'Fallon because that's St. Louis. Jimmy Fallon did in 2015 with Trump. They did that with Kamala last night, and it was funny because they at the end of it, she was like, the girl that was acting as Kamala said, "I'm gonna just so you know, I'm gonna vote for you." Blah blah blah. And Harris made a little funny, trying to be funny. She was like, "I hope you're registered in Pennsylvania because I really need Pennsylvania," kind of thing,
Yeah. This
because they're
after
dying.
this after SNL said they were going to ban any Harris or Trump cameos this year, so they didn't
Right.
foul up any
They said they were going to do that, and they did it. But then the Pennsylvania thing was funny too, because I don't know if you saw this past week where I think it was ABC. Danica Patrick put this on. There was like during a car race that they put a poll out there that Harris had won Pennsylvania 52-47. They had the votes up there and everything, but they said it was a mock. Did you see that? Yeah, yeah. Because Pennsylvania, they're calling that as one of my little drawstring on my trash bag. Getting my way. But they said Pennsylvania is like, that's the state that both sides want to win, right? Because
Yeah.
they're afraid if they don't win that, they might not make it. But yeah, they did there was on ABC at the bottom of the screen, it showed Harris winning Pennsylvania 52-47% this past week. So even that is BS,
So Elon posted about 18 hours ago that Pennsylvania is on track for a major Republican victory. The gap between 2024 and 2020 is now over 600K, which is almost 10% of the entire electorate. That would be
The gap,
crazy.
the gap is what?
Over 600K between 2020 and 2024 for the Republican Party. It's increased that much.
Oh, well, Doug, I just read tonight. I want to say, while you're on that subject, I'll go back to the other one I was going to talk about. But I just read tonight that, it's funny. You need 270 electoral votes to win. Even CNN, some people are saying, and I don't watch CNN. I've been reading a lot of this lately, though. But there's a guy on there that's their main guy that says that even though some of this is very close, he believes that when it's all said and done, one of the candidates are going to have a landslide. It's funny that we have the Cheneys, who are Republicans, endorsing Democrats this year. And we have the Kennedys endorsing Republicans, you know. And, you know, let's face it, I've said this before too. John F. Kennedy would have been a Republican these days. But I do want to tell you this with what you just said. Trump's running stronger, they said, than 2016. Keep in mind, as an incumbent president, he got 11 more million votes in 2020. It's never happened and lost. No, never happened where an incumbent president got 11 more million votes than he did the previous 4 years and lost. My throat's starting to get a little. But in 2016, Trump received 8% of the African American vote. A poll show him right now with a much improved 29% of the African American vote. And 28%, I did a little research here, Doug. Research. I did a little research. 28% of the Hispanic voters, no, he had 28% of Hispanic voters in 2016. He's got 47% support among Latinos and families because they're saying they were more, the Latinos, they were more prosperous. Streets were safer. Border was safe. 47 now.
47.
So if you tell me, listen, if you tell me that, you know, he received 8% of the African American vote in 2016, and he's up to 29%, they're saying in the polls right now, and he went from 28 to 47 in the Latinos, there's no way that I would think he's going to lose. But, you know, it's this Biden-Harris radical agenda that caused a lot of, that spiraled out of control. And so I think there's millions of American families, Hispanics, blacks, everybody that they know they had it better off when Trump was president. They had it better off with gas prices, food prices, bacon. I don't want to forget about bacon ever. I never want to forget about bacon. Yeah. But I think
listen.
Yeah.
So another guy that's here's what gets me. Another guy that's come out for Harris, Leonardo DiCaprio, who for years, who for years hung out with P. Diddy. But this is also one of, quote unquote, the world's top climate people. You know, that donates his time, money, all this, blah blah blah. This is also a guy just like all these other people. This is a guy that uses his jets and his yachts, buys houses right near the ocean or on the ocean, on the beach.
Taylor Swift.
And then yells at you to quit driving your gas car.
Doug, I think at this point,
come on.
Honestly.
How can people be this dumb?
Dude, anybody that has common sense anymore, if they're, because like we said, the Democrats, they have these concerts, they have these famous people showing up at the rallies, the whatever her name is. I've been watching Gutfeld the last week, and Tyrus, Tyrus the comedian, it's so funny because he's all like, this is a landslide. There's no way we're losing this thing. But anyway, all I'm going to say is Kamala, she has all these people come out for her, and dude, who cares?
Yeah.
Do you care what any famous rich person says anymore?
No. You know what I care about? I care about if they make a really good movie that keeps my attention for an hour and a half, hour 45 minutes, so I can quit worrying about all the high prices of everything I'm having to pay for.
I didn't want to be one of those guys, Doug, but I got to tell you, like Tom Hanks is coming out with a new movie. I can't watch that guy anymore. Can't do it. There's some of these people that Mark Ruffalo used to be one of Steph's favorite actors. She was like, I can't watch it anymore. And where are we at minute-wise? Because I'm down to 10% here.
Oh, we're at 44, man.
Oh, we might end it early. And I might go off the air at some point and you just finish. But Doug, before I go off the air, I want to talk about one more thing that's dear to my heart. Did you hear about Peanut and Fred?
Absolutely ridiculous. I'm going to say anything before you even get into this, Rich. I'm going to dig into this for just one blessed minute. And I am trying to stay calm when I do this. You're going to tell me that in 4 years, we haven't figured out who brought cocaine into the White House, but you can hunt down an orphan raccoon and squirrel and kill them.
Because some Karen called it in.
Because some Karen 1,000 miles away called it in. Because she
We have her
saw it on
picture.
Instagram.
We know who she is. We know who she is. Dude, Peanut.
You talk
Peanut the
about
squirrel.
a waste of money.
Peanut the squirrel, Fred the raccoon. Look.
How come
this
Kamala
squirrel
wasn't
raccoon,
there to give them a stay of execution? How come
Doug,
they
the
weren't
squirrel
put
raccoon
in
thing.
with some caring animal group that took care? Where was PETA?
Dude, listen. Peanut the squirrel, let's mention their names. Let's don't forget their names. Peanut, I'm being totally serious. Look, let's don't forget their names. Say
Peanut,
their name. Say their name. Say
Peanut
their name.
the squirrel.
Fred the raccoon.
Fred
Say their name.
the
Say their
raccoon.
name. Say their name. This
Peanut and
surrender.
Fred. Man, I watch
This
videos too. You know how that sucks, man. I watched videos of that dude with Peanut, and that squirrel looked happy.
squirrel was funny. Holding signs up and stuff. Look. This squirrel and raccoon thing bothers me. I hope I get this in before if I do die, keep going and finish it, whatever you want to finish.
All
but
right.
this squirrel and
Let's get it in a
raccoon
wrap.
thing, huh?
Let's get it in and wrap.
Yeah, let's do it. This squirrel raccoon thing bothers me more. They come and take this guy's animals, Doug. And listen, Trump said this earlier today. He did a minute 23 on it. You can watch it. This guy's animals, no court case, no set precedent, no like anything had happened to somebody. Nobody got bit by the squirrel. Nobody got bit by the raccoon. Nothing bad had happened. Nobody got rabies. Nothing happened, bro. And they just killed them. They could have sequestered this squirrel and raccoon and took him somewhere to a vet's place and had him taken care of until this guy could go to court and try to fight for his animals.
Yep.
Hey, let somebody come and take my 2 dogs from me. Doug, that's the day you find out your brother died. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the day you found out that I died. Because nobody's coming to take Finn and Clancy from me. That was that guy's animals. They were his pets. You know what I'm saying? He was taking care of them. And he was doing it in a good way. And there was no harm being done. And so what you have now, because of the radical Biden and Harris regime, thank you.
You're welcome.
Because you have that regime in there, and you have the Biden-Harris radical regime, which you're going to have the same thing with the Harris-Walz regime, which is going to be worse. Can you imagine this guy Walz? We're not even going to get into this right now because there's not enough time. Could you imagine if something happened to Harris and this guy Walz was going to be the president of the United States? Oh, my God. But let me tell you something. Between those two, J.D. Vance and Walz, having to take over, it's an easy. If you're just dumb if you think one's better than the other. But and I know, like I said, I don't want to call names, but because of Biden and Harris, this is what we got now. There's drug dealers. There's immigrants raping people. There's all this stuff going on in New York City. There's crazy rats, running the city in the subways and in the terminals and other stuff. There's a million better things going on that you could, as a policeman, go take care of and go try to fix in New York City than going to take Peanut and Fred.
Yeah.
Am I right?
You're right. 100%.
There's drugs. There's drugs. There's all this stuff going on there. And they want to go kill Peanut and Fred.
Let's wrap it up. This episode goes out R.I.P. Peanut and Fred. Peanut the squirrel. Fred the raccoon.
Let's have a moment of silence for Peanut and Fred. Just like a couple seconds. Go ahead. Let's stop.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
listen. Our lawyers tell us we got to say this. Everything you hear and anything we say, it's our own opinions and not any opinions of any other entity or anybody else. Blah, 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 blah. Who cares? Go out and vote. That's all I'm
I'm
asking.
not garbage, Doug. I'm
You're
not
not.
garbage.
You're not garbage, Rich. Go out and vote. Go out and vote. I don't
No
care who
problem.
you vote for. I honestly don't care. But just go out and vote. I'm not going to think differently of you. I'm not going to react differently. And I'm not going to treat you differently. Just get out and
Yeah,
vote.
these are just our opinions. Hey, these are just our opinions, and I have mine, you have yours, and they share exactly like. But still love your brother, love your sister, love your brother next week. If 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 hit hits the fan or whatever, I don't know how you said it, but
I think you said it.
yeah. Then yeah, I did, didn't I? It's the shit. Yeah. So if that happens next week and you didn't like what happened and blah blah blah, I just remember what I said at the beginning of this. The ultimate guy upstairs is he
Yeah.
won it already. But also remember, just love your neighbor, and we'll get through this.
Be
And
nice.
yeah, be
Right,
nice.
Mike?
There might be Mike Austin, as Mike Austin always says,
Be
just
nice.
be nice. I finally got to talk to that guy today. We've been playing phone tag like 7 times in a row. I'd called him. He called me like once.
We need to figure
No,
out how to get him on here just so he can say
he said
be
he
nice.
called me 7 times. I called him once. It's a lot.
Yeah.
So, but no, like, I talked to him a while today, and I was gonna try to get Justin G on here tonight, but he had some things going on. I think he was grilling or something out. But
Oh, that's more
but
important than us?
yeah, I was gonna
Probably
surprise you, bring
grilling
him on.
all those fish that Cat caught.
All his stats, yeah. He was hanging out with Tim today and doing some grilling, I think he said, or else he would have come up. But we were just going to surprise you. I was going to have him in the room here with me,
That
but
would have
now I
been
can't
good.
just.
That would have been good.
Yeah. Well, he said he wouldn't mind jumping on a few with us. I said he could be lucid because we don't have a lucid.
There you go. We'll just bring him
But
in
I don't.
since that other guy never did sign the contract.
I don't know if he's very lucid, but I guess he could try. But dude, no, yeah, just remember, hey, let's all like get through this next week and let's
yeah,
still love one another. Let's love one another and
be nice.
you know, just be at peace and relax and just remember, Doug, you're the master over your body and your soul.
You got that right. All right, folks.
You know?
Have a great one.
All
Talk to
right,
you later.
love you.